Hello everyone and welcome to the presentation of accelerated stability testing in expiration dating of pharmaceutical dosage form. After completion of this presentation, you will be able to differentiate the general stability studies and accelerated stability studies. You will be able to know which are the high stress condition on which the studies can be occurs, are able to list out the various methods to determine the shelf life of the product and able to know what are the limitations of these studies. So pharmaceutical product stability is the capability of product to retain its specification in limits and throughout its period of storage and use. Means the product's physical, chemical, microbiological, therapeutic and toxicological specification should remain in limits for longer period of time during storage, then the product is said to be a stable. But at room temperature, degradation is slow and therefore the study is time consuming and uneconomical. Therefore, accelerated stability testing method is used to predict the stability of product under normal conditions but carried under accelerated condition of temperature, moisture, light, pH, etc. So these are all the nothing but the high stress conditions. Means here we can predict the shelf life of product by accelerating the rate of decomposition, probably by increasing the temperature of reaction conditions within months based on accelerated stability report. So before we go on through the various methods or prediction of shelf life based on the accelerated stability data, here we can discuss about the shelf life. So the expiration dating or the shelf life of drug is the time interval for which a drug product is expected to remain within an approved specification and according to the label storage conditions. Or shelf life means the time in which the 90% of the drug is remaining and 10% is degraded. So the expiry is the time after the shelf life or the actual date placed on the container or the label of the drug product designating the time after which it should not be used. So long-term stability studies should be conducted to confirm the predicted expiration dating. Now it is time to reflect and think the question, what will be the objectives do you feel of accelerated stability studies? So pause the videos, think on this question, record your answer in record book, and when you are done with your writing of answer, then play the video again. Now let's see what are the objectives of these accelerated stability studies. So first one is this study helps to predict the shelf life of the product and hence the expiration dating. This study helps to provide evidence as to how the quality of the drug product varies with time. This studies helps to determine the recommended storage condition. This study helps to determine closure system availability. So next is the methods of shelf life determination on the basis of chemical kinetics. So first method is based on the Arrhenius plot, or it is also called as Garrett and Carper method. Here Arrhenius equation is used for prediction of shelf life mathematically. According to the Arrhenius, for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the speed of reaction increases about 2 to 3 times. The equation is K is equal to A into E raised to the power minus EA divided by R into T, where K is rate constant, A is Arrhenius factor, E is energy of activation, R is ideal gas constant, T is absolute temperature. Then, or in the log form of the equation becomes log K is equal to log A minus EA divided by 2.303 into RT. So in this method, you have to determine the values of K means rate constant and EA means energy of activation. So for estimating the value of K, various steps involved. So first step is the sample of the drug's product are kept at several temperature. Then concentrations or the drug content is determined. Then a graph between time and log concentration is plotted for each temperature as seen in figure 1 or graph 1, and the best fitted line is drawn by taking 1 by t into 10 raised to the power 6 on x-axis and log k on y-axis as seen in graph 2. So this graph 2 is nothing but the Arrhenius plot, which is extrapolated to get the value of K at room temperature for calculation of shelf life. So next is the steps involved in the estimation of energy of activation, that is EA. So what is the energy of activation? Energy of activation is defined as the minimum energy that a molecule should possesses so that the molecular collision produce the product. So more the activation energy, more stable is the product, and it is estimated by plotting the graph between log K on y-axis versus reciprocal of temperature, that is 1 by T on x-axis. Here we get a slope which is a negative and a magnitude of the slope is EA divided by 2.303 R, and the intercept corresponds to a log A. All the other constants in Arrhenius equation can be obtained from the graph. So these are the methods for estimating the energy of activation. So up till now we have determined the rate constant at different temperature as well as activation energy. Next is the general steps involved in the prediction of shelf life. As we know, estimating for estimating the values of K and EA, just revise these steps. So first we prepare a product sample and store at different elevated temperatures to accelerate the degradation. Then the samples are withdrawn and drug concentration can be calculated. So from this data, order of reactions can be calculated by plotting the appropriate function of concentration against time, and linear relationship is determined. From the slope, we can determine the value of K, and by using the Arrhenius relationship and by plotting log K values versus 1 by T, the EA, the value of EA can be calculated, that is the activation energy. Now here from the graph it shows that extrapolation of the line to room temperature or at 25 degrees Celsius, we can read the value of log K on y-axis. So by substituting this K value in appropriate equations, we can get the shelf life of the product. So this is the first method for determination of shelf life. Next method is shelf life determination based on T90 values, or also called as Free and Blythe method. Here fraction life period is plotted against the reciprocal temperature and time in days required for drug to decompose to some fraction of its original potency at room temperature is obtained. So here two graphs are plotted. In that graph 1 between log percent of the drug remaining versus time in days. In this graph, dotted line shows that the theoretical potency when reaches to 90%, and graph 2 between log time to 90% versus reciprocal of time, and it shows the extrapolation of straight line to 25 degrees Celsius. The time for 10% loss of potency can be determined. So these are the methods for determination of shelf life based on the accelerated stability studies. Next one is, what are the limitations of accelerated stability studies? So first is, accelerated stability studies are applicable only when the temperature is responsible for breakdown of product. Then the study is applicable only when the value of activation of energy obtained in these studies should be between 10 to 30 kilocalorie per mole. Next is, if the degradation is influenced by microbial contamination, phytochemical reactions, then the elevated temperature has no role in the stability prediction. Next is, if the product loses its physical integrity at higher temperature, stability studies do not have any importance. And last one is, in the case of dispersed system like suspension, errors in the prediction of stability can be easily occur. So this is all about the accelerated stability studies. Thank you.